Hello, Nadine here, and today I'm going to show you how I'm using some of the Crafters Workshop products to upcycle a box that I have here. So I'm going to be using the white gesso. It's a matte, and then I'm also going to be using the gel medium. I'm going to use the gloss. They also have a matte finish, but for this project I'm going to use the gloss. It's all just a preference of which one you prefer to use. And then the stencil I'm going to use, this is TCW 871, and it is called Native Star. So it's one of their brand new ones from summer 2019 stencils. So that is what I'm going to be using. So the first step that I'm going to do is take the white gesso and I'm going to paint the entire box with it. It may need 2 coats to make sure I get it all covered up, because I don't want to be able to read any of that writing when it is dry. And I'm going to speed this up and fast forward so you don't have to watch this entire process of me painting. Okay, now I have painted the whole box, and for the most part it is dry, but the gesso actually dries pretty quickly, so that's kind of nice. I did do 2 coats on here. Make sure that I covered up all the words and the blue on the sides. So the next thing I'm going to do is just taking a paper towel and then using the stencil, I'm just going to place it onto the paper towel. And then I'm going to take some Fireworks. This is New Sprout. You can actually use any type of spray color mist. This is the one I am going to use. Get that mica powder shook up in there. And this paper towel that I'm using is actually 2-ply, and I'm going to pull it apart afterwards, but right now it's just because it makes it a little bit heavier and it lays flatter when it's left as the 2, so I'm not going to pull it apart yet. And I'm just going to spray right over the stencil. And go ahead and lift that up. And since this is spray, just taking a baby wipe and wiping off my stencil really quick. And then I'm going to use a heat tool and dry this. Okay, so I'm going to take that same spray and I'm going to spray all the way around the sides and dry it. Okay, have it sprayed and dried on all sides. So now on the top, I'm going to take the gel medium and I'm just going to paint that right over. I'm actually going to paint it on all the sides and the top. Actually, let's start with the sides. And it has sort of a white look when it first goes on, but it is actually clear once it dries. And I'm being careful not to put it right here on that part, because I don't want my lid to stick down. Okay, so I got that all painted. It's still drying a little, but for the most part it's pretty dry. So now, as I was saying, I'm going to take the gel medium and the gloss and I'm going to paint it over the lid, taking care that I don't paint it on the inside of the box, because again that will stick the lid down and we don't want that. Putting a pretty generous coat over the top of it. And I also, because I am using the same brush, made sure I washed it off, because I did have some of this spray left onto the brush and I didn't want that color to transfer over onto the lid. So if you happen to use the same paintbrush, make sure you get it cleaned off before you do this onto the lid. Now taking my napkin, and figuring out where center is. Actually, let me just cut this down. And I also forgot to peel it apart. So, as I said before, I had the 2 layers and I almost forgot to do this. Peel your layers apart if you are doing the 2-ply. And then just lay it on the top of the box where I want it. And then I'm just going to pull it off right around the edges. pressing it down, making sure it's all stuck on there well, and then taking the gel medium again and doing another coat right over the top. There you go. Let's see what it looks like now that it is dry. And I added a few little gems on there before it completely dried. That way I knew that the gems were going to stick on there well. You can see, there's all the sides. And then I have this butterfly embellishment that I've had for a very long time. I'm just going to add some hot glue and glue that right onto the top, like so. And then I also have this gems, I guess bling, ribbon, and I'm going to adhere this all the way around. But before I do that, since it's a double, I don't want it to double, I am going to cut it in half and add one going all the way around the top and one all the way around the bottom. There we go. It is all completed. I did, after I got everything adhered on, decided that I wanted to add a rub-on. These I've had for, I don't know, too many years to even let you know how many years it's been. And I decided to add that right there just to give it a little bit more. There you go. You can see all the bling added around the edges and on the top. So it could be used as a gift box or maybe a jewelry box or anything, but this one is going to be for my daughter. So thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you liked my video, I would love a thumbs up. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.